Now it's possibly going to take you the first few times to this landing page that says website coming soon, and all you have to do is press admin login, this green button, and it will take you to where you can log into your WordPress dashboard. So ask for your username or email. That's something you have already created when you signed up for WordPress, and then your password. Okay, and then you're gonna log in. So first thing we're gonna wanna do is settings first, which is all the way down here, and then to general. And these are some things we're just gonna set things up. You're gonna make sure the site title, if it's not written in, you'll wanna write in your site's title. Mine's how to start a blog. And then a tagline. This is something that explains what the site is about. For now, I put helping non-techies start a blog. Then make sure they got your WordPress address and site address correct. Make sure they have the correct email address to contact you if they need to. So you can just keep those things the same. Then you'll want to change your time zone. It says choose a city in the same time zone as you, and I think mine is Louisville, Kentucky. So, I'll do that later, but you'll go ahead and find that. And then for the dates, it's how you want the date to look. If you choose to have your date shown on the day you post, and the time too. I have my date shown, but not my time. But you can choose how you want it to look. The rest you don't need to do anything with. So you go ahead and save changes. And then you'll, still in settings, you'll go down to reading. It's how you want your post to be laid out. You can lay out your post. It says front page displays. You can have your front page display just a static page, which is this one right here. And that's just like a page that doesn't change. It just always has that same information on it. I plan on doing a static page with my how to start a blog website, but for my Provident Home Design website, I use your latest posts, because each time I post, the latest post comes up to the front and there's a list of them. And so then the next question is blog pages show at most. So basically these things are how many blog posts you want to show on your front page. So I think on my Provident Home Design blog, I have like 8 or 9 posts that show up when you go to the site at a time. And it will really depend, your answer for how many posts will really depend on if you choose to do a full text or a summary. Now what that means is when you have a post, do you want the whole post to show on the front page, or do you want it to be a summary and they can click on read more if they're interested in that post? I started out with a full post on my Provident Home Design website, and then I would have like 2 posts per page. So people, after reading through 2 whole posts on the front page, they would have to hit previous to see the next blog post. I ended up changing it to summaries and then having 8 or 9 posts show up, so people could come to my site and kind of get an idea of what the different posts were about, and then choose the ones that they were most interested in. But I've seen people do both and be successful, so it's really up to what you want to do. So if you don't want Google to find your site, you would check the discourage search engines from indexing the site, but most people want Google to find their site, so I would leave that unchecked. So you can save changes. And then we'll go down in settings. We're still in settings. We'll go down to permalinks. Now permalinks is basically each time you create a post, the internet saves that post with a link as a link. And so this common settings, it's what you want the link to look like. Now I believe when I came to the site, or started this up first, it was on common structure, and you won't want that because it looks you know, looks a little weird to have those symbols and stuff. So you'll either want to choose day and time, which would show how to start a blog, then the date that I posted that post, and then the sample post is basically the post title. So you could have the date that you posted attached, or you could come to post name and you can just have your URL / the post title. And I think I would suggest that the most, the post name. I just changed mine from day and name to post name on my private home design blog because I've heard that Google is now favoring posts that are more current, that were posted more recently. So if they don't know the date that it was posted, then my 2-year-old post will still be favorable to Google, versus if they knew the date, they may not favor it as much. So it's just something to think about, but you'll definitely want to change it from custom structure to either post name or day and name. And that's all you need to do at this point in settings, and we'll move on to something else in our next video. Next, we're going to take a look at themes. So when you go to your dashboard, which again, you get there by going to your URL and then /admin, and you put in your login information. So we just did settings, but now we're going to take a look at themes, which is under appearance. So if you go to appearance and then click on the first one, themes. Now themes are pretty much like the skin of your blog. It gives you, themes will give you the look, the layout of your blog. Now it looks like here they've already installed 3 of these themes, and it looks like they have this one installed on your blog already once you get into it. Now it says right here above the themes, it says your site is currently displaying a coming soon page. Once you're ready to launch your site, click here. So you don't need to worry about what your site looks like right now. Right now it just says coming soon. You know, as you're looking around, don't worry, it's not affecting what your site looks like. When you are ready to launch your site, you'll follow this link. To view your site from your dashboard, all you do is you go up to this link where it says how to start a blog, or it will say your URL, and then it says visit site. So you can visit your site and see what how it's looking from your dashboard. So this is what that theme that they've already installed looks like when there's no custom header and there's no pictures. You know, it has recent posts, but there's only one. Your archives, recent comments. This is just kind of the bones of the blog. So we're going to go back to the dashboard, which we got to by going back to this, and we're going to go to themes, and we're going to look at what options there are. So to do this, you click on the add new theme, and you'll see all these themes will come up, and it's quite overwhelming, all the options that there are. You can search by popular, the latest, favorites, premium, which if you hear the word premium means that you have to pay for it. There are a lot of free options of themes where you just can install them for free. At this point, you just kind of look in through these things and see, you know, what theme catches your eye, what theme you think would look good for your site. So let's click on that one. Octavello, I guess is what it's called. Okay, so it has 4 people rated it 5 stars. This is how, again, you can put in a custom header. See how it looks here? I think it looks really cool with that custom header. And then you'll have the tabs there, search bar if you want, and then you can play around with what's on the sidebar. but I'll go ahead and show you how to install. You just hit install and it's installing, and then you hit activate. Okay, so now it is one of my options, and it's actually the option that I have. If I go to how to start a blog and then visit site, you'll see now that it has different bones to it, right? It has the one I just activated. So that's how easy it is to find and install a theme on it for your site. So in the next video, I'll show you a little bit how to customize a theme. We are going to customize this blog theme that we just installed. So remember, themes are under appearance and then themes, and you can see it's still right here, and it has the option to look at the theme details or to customize. Go ahead and hit customize. So it's showing that you can customize the colors. So let's say I want my background to be, wow, blue. That would be really bright blue. See if there's a lighter. I've heard it's best to do white, just because then it lets the actual content of your blog posts and your blog to take front and center. There's no distractions, but just for this demonstration, I'll just leave it at this pretty color. Let's see, so then I'll go back. So let's see what else we have. Site identity. When we went to settings and reading, put in how to start a blog and then helping non-techies start a blog. Now this is where, for the site identity, you can add a logo. And let's see how this goes. I've already put this in, so let's see. Oh, well, that looks nice. So now I just added a header to the blog. And it says how to start a blog created for the visual learner, helping non-techies start a blog. So let's do the logo only, okay? Logo only. And then that leaves you with your header. And then these are like what it will look like on a desktop, what the tablet looks like, and then what a phone looks like. Okay. We go out and then we go to how to start a blog and visit site. Now we see our site is starting to take on a personality here. So another very important part of customizing your blog is adding tabs in your navigation bar. So my navigation bar for this theme on my how to start a blog website is up here. And there's home, my story, register your domain, connect web hosting, install WordPress, resources. Each of these tabs has a purpose, and let's, for example, go to resources. This is where I share the tips and the resources that have helped me be successful in blogging. So I had to create this page first and then get that tab up in the navigation bar so people can go to it. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. We are going to go over to your dashboard through here, go to how to start a blog or your domain name and hit dashboard. Then you're going to go to pages because you have to create the page first. And you're going to go to add new. And I'm going to show you what my resources page looks like. So I created the resources page by going to add new. I called the title resources, and then I wrote my page. So you can see I have a lot of links. I did a picture here and another one. Okay, so this is where you create your page, and then right here, over here, will say publish. Right now it says update because I've already published it, but you can go ahead and publish it. First, when I was first starting out, I knew what tabs I wanted to have, so I created the pages with nothing in it, and I just put resources and then I hit publish so that I could see the tabs and organize them. So here are all my pages. I'm going to go to all pages. I have connect web hosting, home. Home is to help them get back to that first page, the front page. Install WordPress, my story, register your domain, and resources. Okay, so once you've gotten the tabs you want to have in your navigation bar, you go to appearance and then down to menus, which is the fourth one down. It will automatically show the pages you have right here. And then this is the menu structure. So this is how you're going to get your pages to go to the menu. So you click what page you want to take over. You could click them all if you want to add all of those pages to the menu, and then you click add menu. I'm not going to do that because I've already put them over here, as you can see. So it will take all your pages that you click and put them over in your menu. And then you can move them around to different places. You can put them as a drop down. This is a drop down. So when they click on my story, they'll have a drop down will come and it will say install WordPress. You can just move your menu tabs around to how you want it organized. And then you'll hit save menu. Some themes have more than one navigation bar. I've only had themes that have one, so it's my primary, but if you have multiple navigation bars, this is where you'll show which navigation bar goes where. But that's it. So then after you've done that, if you click visit site, you'll be able to see your new tabs come up. And it really, once you get those pages up and the tabs up, it really makes it feel like your site.